Well, it's pretty much what it is.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope it's having a fantastic day today. Just want to go over some news for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it looks like, and some Eagles fans might be happy about this, Vance Joseph, one of the priority targets for the Eagles after the meeting that they had, is now hired as the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos. I just said that weird. I don't know why. Some Eagles fans are really happy about this. Okay. I wasn't really banking on him being here, but I thought there was a good possibility because apparently their meeting went very well. A couple days ago, he became pretty much a high priority for the Eagles. And obviously they knew that Denver was a high possibility as well. I was fine if they signed him. I mean, the Eagles are not pulling the trigger. The Eagles didn't, I guess it wasn't enough of a push. Now, Vance Joseph was obviously the head coach for the Broncos a little bit ago. So, knows a lot of people in the building and probably was more comfortable being the defensive coordinator there. And then Sean Payton probably flavored it the most of how much, maybe he could really be a good coach with him. So, a nice collaborative effort between them two. You know what? I wasn't really mad about this because let me tell you something. You know what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen. I bet you right now. I bet you $100 right now. If Denard Wilson's not the defensive coordinator, whoever comments $100, just put $100 in the chat and I will send this because I think it's going to be Denard Wilson. I think the Eagles are going to promote from within. Just doing that. I think they're going to promote from within. That's what I think they're going to do. I think they're not going to go outside the box. And even though they have been, I'll give them credit, they have been going outside the box. And what was kind of crazy was I really wasn't into going after these college coaches. But then I really started to read about them, and I started to see what the Eagles really saw in those coaches. And I really started to like the idea of getting a college coach to the NFL. Because when you look at it, guys, there's only so many coaches that are available, best available. And we just lost one to Denver. If Vance Joseph was the first target for the Eagles and that was the guy they wanted, okay, but they have been thinking outside the box, and there's only so many coaches that you can hire. So are you just going to stoop to what's just available and just hire the guy and waste a whole entire year defensively? No, I feel like they have plenty of plans in place to who they're going to have as a defensive coordinator, and I really hope whoever they hire, they knock it out of the park. I think it's going to be Denard Wilson because even last July, guys, Jonathan Gannon even said that Denard Wilson is his right-hand man. Maybe I'm going to be wrong. I'm not saying that, maybe Denard Wilson will actually bring something different. Maybe he'll have the same Gannon-type defense, but he'll actually bring a little bit more flavor to it. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not there. I wish I knew, but I don't. So I think the Eagles are going to hire Denard Wilson. And I swear to God, I think it's going to happen. I swear. I have to give them credit for a lot of things, okay? Even, I think this job will be, I don't know. All you have left right now is Sean Desai from Seattle that he worked under Vic Fangio as a defensive quality control guy with the Chicago Bears. Jesse Minter from Michigan was another one I really liked. I read about his whole, his defensive scheme, and it's very aggressive. It's total opposite of what Jonathan Gannon does. And he's one of the best defensive minds in college right now. Glenn Schumann from Georgia. You know what Georgia's defense looks like every single year. And they had his interview just yesterday. Chris Shula is probably the one I don't like at all because I don't know. I'm just not a fan of him at all. He hasn't really done nothing. But who knows? Who knows? I'm not trying to get picky, but you had Chris Shula that was a DB's coach, passing game coordinator for the Rams. I know I think Nick worked with him, I think, when he was with the Rams years ago. So that's really it. Those are your names. You're down to You're down to one coach that's in the NFL right now, and literally 3 other college coaches. And I like all those coaches. I do, especially Jesse Minter from Michigan. I really do like him a lot. I don't know. I feel a good vibe about him. If he was the Eagles DC, young guy, energetic, very aggressive. So, like, I don't know what they're gonna do, but my betting is on Denard Wilson because they know him. He's been in the building. He was around Gannon. That's just the feeling I have. I'm not a big fan of promoting from within. I'm just not, because I feel like they don't want to change too much. But I could be wrong, because Nick and Howie had the end of the year press conference and talked about they wouldn't mind a different defensive philosophy, which is a really good sign. You know what I mean? It's not that Gannon was a bad coach. The problem was at the big time moment, okay, he literally ran cover 0 on 2 of the same plays he got beat on. No safety help, man-on-man coverage in the red zone. I mean, just asinine stupidity, okay? It's just one of those things where, like I said, never hated Gannon, but when we were 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, I was always worried every week. We would do the Philly shakedowns every week. We would talk about this in every video. Like, I don't know what Gannon's going to do. He let this team come back. They scored this many points. Like, that's the problem I had, was the usage of players, the aggressiveness, giving quarterbacks too much respect, lining up these, not using your outside corners to the full ability that they could do. 2 top 5 corners this past year, and you're lining them up 8 yards off the line. You're being too cautious. You know, I just didn't get it. When you step on these teams' necks, you're letting go. You're letting them breathe. You're letting them get back into the game. That's what pissed me off about Jonathan Gannon. It wasn't just, I loved as Jonathan Gannon went on game to game to game to game, like, I loved his attitude, especially when we saw the behind the scenes before the San Francisco game for the NFC Championship, and he was like, let's go gut these guys. Like, I love that. I love that attitude. And that's when I really started to like him. When they got into the playoffs, he got really aggressive, and I really liked it. And then he just, a lot of things to say about that Super Bowl, but he got beat. He got out coached. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where if you can't beat the best team in the AFC, that's the problem. I had a problem with Gannon last year when you were, against Derek Carr, against Justin Herbert, like the completion percentages were just ridiculous. Even Zach Wilson from the Jets, I think it was Zach Wilson. I forgot who it was. I don't know. I forgot who it was. But the Jets, okay, that's what annoyed me so much. And he got better this year, but he went back to his old ways a little bit on certain things, and it just didn't work out. When you're gonna try to beat the best team in the AFC and you pull a game like that, not good. I don't care if Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball. I don't care. Like, you got beat on the same play 2 times for touchdowns, and special teams was horrific anyway, and Michael Clay's still here. You know, it's what I'm talking about. But I've really been warming up to them thinking outside the box, and really, like I said, guys, like, it's just who's available in the NFL. Like, are they just going to be like, let's just hire him. He has the most experience. Like, was Vance Joseph going to be enough? Like, that's what I'm saying. And I don't think it was going to be. You know what I mean? So they might want to give somebody an opportunity that's a position coach in the NFL to give them that big opportunity. Or they're going to go outside the box and get a guy from college. And I liked all the guys, other than Jim Leonard, the Wisconsin head defensive coordinator, which I found out he was taking the year off from hip surgery, and I think that's what he was going to do. He was very intrigued for the Eagles job. He backed out of it. That was pretty much it. It wasn't because he had no interest in being a – I think he was literally – if Jim Leonard was going to be a contender for this defensive coordinator job – these other guys might be like Jesse Minter and Glenn Schumann. I think those guys might actually get it. That's only if they don't want to promote from within. If they're promoting from within, it's going to be Denard Wilson, obviously. And I think that's the way they're going. But I'm like doing reverse psychology, and I'm kind of saying to myself, I really hope they don't do that. That's what I'm hoping. But So far, I like how they've been taking their time, doing their due diligence, not rushing, not just saying, let's just hire him. They are literally taking this slow. And obviously, they can't do this for another month because they got free agents to sign and the draft's coming up. The guys that get these coaches together. So there's only a certain amount of time that you can obviously do this. But that's all I got to say about it. I mean, that's really it. On Vance Joseph going to the Broncos, am I upset? No. I mean, I'm really not. You know what I mean? A lot of Eagles fans weren't liking Vance Joseph because he blitzes way too much. And obviously, if he's way too aggressive, and some teams that are way too aggressive, some defenses in the NFL are way too aggressive. Some of them aren't even in the playoffs. Just because he has a higher blitz percentage, it doesn't mean he's going to be a good coach, okay? That's just what it is. When you blitz on a play, did it work? Did you get beat on a go ball? I don't know what team we're talking about, but it could be any team out there that goes through that when teams are overly too much on aggression. And I think if Gannon just tweaked a couple things, he would have done so much more. And, you got beat in the biggest game. And I couldn't live with Gannon staying here another year to just say, oh, well, we won 14 games with this defense, and I got to give Jonathan Gannon a pass. I can't say he's got to go because we lost the Super Bowl. I had to say there's no excuse to play like that. I don't care if the field was slippery. I don't care what it was. Your secondary did nothing. Your linebackers did nothing. You didn't give your guys any help. You weren't prepared. You had 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks to get this straightened out. You know what I mean? So if it's one of these college coaches, damn, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. Give it a shot. Why not? But if it's Sean Desai, I'd be fine with it. I'm fine with it. But I want them to take their time. I don't want them to just get a quick hire and just waste a year. God knows if he's going to play, if this coach is going to be good or not. I would really like to have a defensive coordinator in the building for the next few years, for a good amount of time. So that's all I got to say about the Vance Joseph stuff. That's what I got to say about the defensive coordinators, who they've been looking at. So just to say the list one more time real quick, who you have left that the Eagles have interviewed is Sean Desai. You have Jesse Minter from Michigan. You have Glenn Schumann from Georgia. And then Chris Shula, that's the DB's coach, passing game coordinator from the Rams. And obviously Jim Leonard backed out, the Wisconsin defensive coordinator, or is not a defensive coordinator anymore, but is taking the year off because of personal health reasons. That's what's going on. So that is the news on Vance Joseph. Yeah, that was 13 minutes of a rant. I can't take time back out of your life. I am sorry. I can't help it. Second, this is good news. We finally got to see the Kelly Green helmets. And if these are it, guys, God, these look good. They look a little. I think the colors, maybe the color's not as different as when Michael Vick, I think when the rest of them worn them that year. They look fantastic. See that word art? See that word art right there? We all knew that word art was going to be so good, that was going to fit it so well on those Kelly Green helmets. Look at the word art, the new Eagles word art that we all hated. And I have to say, it looks horrible in midnight green. I can't stand it in midnight green. It looks like crap. I can't stand it. But on these helmets, man, I'm going to have to buy one of these helmets, literally, because it is just... I can't wait to see what these jerseys look like. I mean, that's the next thing. Man, it's going to be exciting that these will actually be our alternates, or not the alternates. They'll be the jerseys we wear twice a year or whatever it is. I don't think these are going to be for... I don't know if... does this mean that they're going to be here for every year? I don't know the full information on it, but these things look great, man. They look fantastic. And to be honest with you, the black on black was nice, but... and then when they actually played with the black on black, I really wasn't a big fan of it at all. But oh man, this is gonna look so good. Oh my God, can't wait. I'm having an orgasm right now, a pure orgasm from looking at that, which is kind of nuts. And other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, that was pretty much the news today. I wanted to get this out because I know everybody was commenting on my other videos like, oh my God, Vance Joseph is gone. The Eagles are slow. They don't know how to. People are freaking out. But like I said, Go in the comment section and type in $100, and I will send this out. I will send this out if Denard Wilson is not the DC. I will send it out. If he is, that's what I'm betting on right now. But because they really like Jim Leonard so much, that there was like really high interest for Leonard, a lot. So it could mean that they might not be done with the college coaches. They might actually hire a college coach. Could happen. Just seeing from what they had, what the interest they had in Jim Leonard is going to be. It's going to be kind of awesome. I can't wait. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about Vance Joseph going to the Denver Broncos. How do these Kelly Green helmets look? And who would you hire as the DC? I want to know. And I think one name everybody has been kind of like lurking around like, dude, where's this guy at? Like, what's going on? Lovie Smith is another guy everybody's been talking about as well, but I haven't heard nothing. I haven't heard him go after another job. I haven't heard his name. Unless I'm missing something, let me know in the comment section below. But I don't think I'm missing anything here. So other than that, that is pretty much it. God, things are beautiful, man. Those things are beautiful. Oh my God. All right. Gotta stop. I gotta look at this on my own time. I gotta look at this on my own time. So, all right. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.